What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alan G. Mosey here, and my other boy, your other boy, Mr. Andy,
Block.
is in the house, guys. And we know we got the song on. Let it play for a second. Yes,
Hopefully we don't get any copyright claims for this.
it's
I
probably
think
already
it's
done.
public domain. I think it's pretty old. It's from the 70s.
Yeah, I still get striked, or not striked, I still get hit for back in 1940 stuff. What up, what up? Ray Ray with the Persona 5 new logo. What's going on, man? Let's go ahead and cut that off. Thank you guys for being here. And we appreciate you guys being here live at FIRELINE Live. And this is number 6, guys. Number 6 in the series. We appreciate you guys. And sorry about being a little late. We had some technical difficulties here, and we got it somewhat straightened out. I'm gonna fix one thing real quickly for you guys, just because I always my OCD sometimes get a little in play. Okay, there you go. With that, hope everybody had a wonderful week. And we were just chit chatting as we were working on our difficulties about the new Batman stuff. And you can always see he's shaking his head. I'm gonna let him open it up just a little bit with that. We'll get the questions ready for the day that we got from online, and we thank you for all the emails. And I see a lot of you guys sending stuff through my email and the DM for Instagram, so you guys are doing both, and I appreciate that. And so yes, go ahead, man, hit that up, sir.
Okay, so the new Batman. First of all, I'm a little upset that they already got rid of Ben Affleck.
There you
That's
go. Batfleck, I like it.
DC is just, I don't know what they're doing.
You might like one of the questions in here that might give you hope.
But I have nothing against Robert Pattinson. That's his name, right? Robert Pattinson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Twilight himself.
Yeah. I didn't like the Twilight series personally, but as an actor, I have nothing against him. He did fine in other roles. He had plenty of other roles before Twilight, made him a household name, and he did fine. I have nothing against him playing Batman, Bruce Wayne, whatever. But all the screenshot leaks of the bat suit, the Batmobile, the Bat bike, whatever, all that stuff looks ridiculous.
Wow.
I don't like the way the bat suit is looking. The cowl, it's primarily looks funky.
Yes.
It looks funky to me.
Real quick, shout out to Chalino. Good to see you, my good brother.
The ears on the cowl, they're too thin. They're way back, and they look like little spikes that he's gonna just like.
I don't know what he talking about, but this is your story. You go ahead.
That's what it looks like to me, and it's like, I'm sorry, but it's just like they don't look right to me. I looked at the pictures and I was like, okay, the chest armor, it's a little too modular. It looks weird, but okay, fine. And then I got to the cowl and I was like, wait a minute. That looks like a cosplayer took a motorcycle helmet and welded 2 spikes on the back.
Wow.
That looks weird.
Gotcha.
And the goggles didn't help. I mean, I guess the stuntman had to wear them so you didn't recognize that it wasn't Robert Pattinson on the bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not digging the new look for Batman at this point.
Speaking of that, I will say this. Okay, so my take, I'm gonna try to go to one so I don't forget. I think the reason why they got the stunt double in there heavily is because I don't think in any of the Twilights or in any of the movies he's done have him do a lot of action.
I don't care that they have a stunt
No.
double.
I'm using this as an example of the goggles and some other stuff because I want to say this may be the first Batman that may have. I don't know. Let's go to the list. We're not gonna count Adam West. Let's say we'll do Michael Keaton. I believe he did his own stunts or some of them. He was pretty action there. Val Kilmer may have done his own stunts. You don't know. Val Kilmer was pretty. I'll put it this way. I don't think George Clooney did any of the stunts at all. I don't think Clooney did because Clooney is more of that actor. You know what I mean? No action stunt required there. and that could be not because of himself, because especially now, I know between now and back in the day, it used to be, well, now it's where if you're an actor, they don't want you to get hurt. The studio,
the Screen Actors Guild doesn't
bad
allow some actors
Yeah.
to do some stunts.
So I heard, so even if we would have got my boy Scott Adkins to play Batman, I think we still would have ran into some issues. He would have definitely done a lot more of his stunts. But and I use that reference again. Maybe that's why, because of the look, maybe. But I will say, for me, I think I don't mind the suit. And like I said, that's why I'm so glad that I never had read comics or seen things to have a specific perception, if that's the word. Because, like I said, give me whatever. Like, I looked at it, the ear thing, I got nothing to reference that to say I didn't like it. I seen it on a video game, and I'm not quite sure which one it was. If it was Arkham Knight or if it was the one before that.
Where it's the same in all the Arkham series.
Yeah, so it's got that very tight, right? Very tight.
He looked like Michael Keaton Batman, which
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Yeah.
They're very tall, but they're thick and they're proportionate to where they kind of should be, and it looks really cool.
This looks like, to me, this almost like a metallic or like a metal, like almost like a plated Batman suit that he made, and so. From some of the stuff I'm hearing from certain people of what the storyline's supposed to be is like the year one Batman, where he's kind of like, we ain't seeing the origin. We're gonna skip right in to where he's fumbling, he's making mistakes, he's having trouble. I heard that if you look at the suit, I didn't look at it that deep, but from different big namers are saying, hey, when you look at the suit, you see the different scuffs and the cracks and he's not sewing them up, but you can see that he's patching it up. Same thing with the facial. I heard Marvel fans are mad at DC because of they're saying they're copying Daredevil's masks, and I'm like, okay, I don't see that, but okay, sure, whatever you need to say to make that better.
You can actually say that going all the way back to Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to my boy Red, White, and Disclosure. Sup, y'all. Make sure you guys listen, answer your questions here. You can ask them here. We got obviously some ones that we're for sure doing that are on the emails. But if you have one here online, my boy Andy or myself will try to pick that out. We'll try to answer that for you. And it could be anything, any life topics. It could be movies. It could be music. Just shoot them and have fun, of course, and be the utmost respectful when you guys do that, and when you guys speaking to each other in the chat as well. So I guess all I'm saying, for me, obviously he's not digging the Batman thing right now. I'm not saying that I dislike or like. I don't mind it. Everything looks really cool. I will say the only thing that's interesting to me, and that's where I'm like, is the Batmobile. They did release it online, and I will say the part that I think is cool is that it's a muscle car. The design though is a little funky, and I don't know. I need to see a different angle of it, because the only angles they showed are 3, and it's the one where it looks. Okay, wait. I take it back. There's one out of the 3 that looks pretty badass. And so the first one where you kind of see the top part of the car, that looks weird. There's one that's like shows like the side back, and it shows like Batman walking away from it. That one is The one that I like is where Batman's standing in front of it. You can see Batman standing in front of it, and you can see the back part of the engine, where the back part is red, it's flaring, and you got the car. It's like a over the top front shot, or back shot. That's the only one I really the car looked pretty cool, but you're still looking at going. You're trying to figure out. You could tell like all the other the Batmobiles look like a Batmobile, even though like Batman and Robin, and what was the other one? Batman Forever. Those really had because the big old wings and the craziness.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, even the first
the Schumacher Batman.
Yeah, even the first 2 Batmans didn't have. I mean, it was still pretty long and crazy, but it didn't have the craziness. So yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like I said,
the Burton Batmobiles. I wasn't too fond of the Schumacher Batmobiles because they were a little too neon and just the overly elongated
Right.
like wings and things like that.
Right.
It was a little much. It's like
Right.
Batman's supposed to be kind of like an he's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a
Mythical character, right?
no. Some a stealth operator.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
hard to be a stealth operator when your car fucking glows in the dark. Whoops.
Oh! Hey! First one in 6 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Sorry.
It's all
But
good.
you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already hard because your car has a rocket engine on it, but to make matters worse, you make it glow in the dark too. I mean, come on.
I will say this. That you know, not towards you, but listen, this is for everybody. You know, when someone, you know, when a person has an idea, let's put it this way, everybody's like, oh, let's if there's a good idea, people say let's stick to it and don't change a dang thing. Then there's guys that were tired of seeing, you know, the same stuff, and then hey, you know, think of something original. So I have to say this, that whether you like it or you like it or don't like it, at least you got to give them the hands for effort.
Yeah.
For trying something new,
And
because you get that, you know what I mean. It may not hit your hot button,
right,
but it might hit mine. It might hit someone else's.
Right.
But my point is, at least they're doing something different, because everybody's saying right now is, oh, it's the same old stuff.
No, it's not.
I
just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what their plan is, because the
Yeah.
DC movie universe,
Well,
if it is a universe anymore,
I don't know which one. Is it the first question?
Is
Yeah.
just all over the place. So I it's hard for me to gauge a reaction when I don't know what DC is doing.
Well, you're lucky, because these next 3 questions will get to that. We can really explore this right now. So here it is, guys. howdydoody@gmail asks, did you hear that Henry Cavill, and by the way, this Cavill, because my boy said it on the Instagram, he did a 6-second tweet, and he said how to pronounce his name. He's like, Henry Cavill. There you go. So it's supposed to be a Shazam 2, and how the rumors of Henry Cavill going to Marvel to play Wolverine were fake. What were your guys' thoughts? Did you hear anything about this? And if not,
I heard that he was gonna play Wolverine.
Okay,
that's all I heard.
So real quickly, different sources. I would say that I've watched for years that have been breaking stories left and right. Those are the guys that have been breaking, saying the whole Wolverine thing is a fake news. Not saying that Marvel doesn't want Henry, they do. That part's true. But having full-on talks, apparently they didn't have that. You know what I mean? As far as, okay, you're going to play Wolverine. And then next thing you know how one thing happened, man. One person puts up a post, and next thing you know, people running with it. And so, yeah, as far as I know from the sources that I've been listening to and talking to, they said that is a fake news, that he's not playing Wolverine. This is the part where it gets real interesting. And I believe this more because of one person. That's because we get, you know, if you're Smith, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a part of this new world of Shazam, because he's playing Black Adam, which they're already filming right now. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a huge tweet, Instagram, you know, post of The Rock and Henry sitting down having some tea. You know, it wasn't really tea, it was probably some water, but they were drinking, having a moment, talking about certain things. And this is when Black Adam was supposed to be made like 7 years ago, because we talk about how Black Adam's been in the works now for years, and now they finally had put it into fruition. But I guess Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is producing a lot of these different things, and his wife is of course or his ex-wife, sorry, close friends with Henry, same with Dwayne. And so these guys are wanting him to come in to be part of Black Adam and be a part of Shazam too, because I guess Dwayne's also a producer of Shazam. Okay. So as far as I know, that's what I got. And so with that, when this news came out, and they showed, of course, Superman touching Zachary Levi's, chest plate of his lightning bolt. And it got people talking, and then of course they showed the cut off head of the end of Shazam 2. They said this was supposed to be Henry Cavill's fourth Superman appearance in a film, and we didn't get that. So because of money was the big thing. His Henry's what do you call it? Agent thought that wasn't making enough money A-lister status, so he's like, hey, don't do that. You need to ask for more, playing hardball. And so with that, we didn't get that. You know what I mean? We didn't get that. And so I've always told myself, next to Christopher Reeves, he is, I know we have Brown and Ralph as Superman, and I looks like one of the questions coming up next. I really enjoyed him, so I don't have a fave. I just think Henry right now for today's era, I love his what he was doing, and I want to see where he's going to take it. And I'm hoping that he's still our Superman. As far as I know, he's never said no. He's still, when he gets asked questions, they're like, hey, like someone asked him.
What's the question?
The question was, did you hear? I already asked the question already. You didn't hear it?
No, because you started rambling on about who your favorite Superman was.
Hold the question. Hold up, Andy. What are you talking about? I already answered the question. Did you hear that Henry Cavill is supposed to be in Shazam 2, and how the rumors of Henry Cavill going to Marvel to play Wolverine and that were fake? What were your thoughts? Okay. I'm still on there. I'm sorry that I'm rambling. It's what we do on the show. That's what we ramble. We ramble on stuff that we talking about. Now, as I was rudely interrupted, because he knows I forget things, and now it's going to make it worse, because I got to figure out what I tried to say 10 minutes ago. Here we go.
I can remind
With
you.
my pinky up. Yes, remind.
You were talking about, you were hoping Henry Cavill sticks to being Superman, because you don't have a favorite Superman.
I don't have a favorite Superman. That's right. Good job to Andy, because he's very smart, intellectually inclined. Yes, I don't have a favorite Superman. I think they're all great, and I think Henry Cavill puts a really great spin on it. I want to see where he takes that. And so to see him in Shazam 2, even if it's a small part, would be awesome. Seeing him in Black Adam, where they have a fight, the three of them, oh man. I think story-wise would be great. I think blockbuster-wise, seeing Zachary Levi, Henry Cavill, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Oh, that's like, I don't know, just to make it rain. I mean, okay, so with all the little stuff that I just kind of shared with you, what could happen, not happen, what do you think?
Well, I like Shazam. I think The Rock could make a good Black Adam. As for Henry Cavill in Shazam 2, if he plays Superman, that would be great. I don't think they should overstuff it.
Yes, I agree.
Because that was, in my personal opinion, the downfall of Batman v Superman. Because it was just overstuffed with too much stuff and not enough because we didn't have enough time to process all the information that was being thrown at us. So it was just a bunch of characters doing stuff, and we didn't know who was who and what was what, and just too much stuff. So it doesn't, story.
We mean in Justice League or Batman v Superman?
Both.
Okay, yeah. Justice League, I could kind of see that. Batman v Superman, we got 3 hours. Well, the director's cut was 3 hours, but
the director's cut didn't clear up all that much. It cleared up some stuff.
Yeah,
it did. It did. I'm not denying that, but it didn't clear up all that much. If you still look at it, it's still, the framework is still the same story, and it's still kind of a convoluted mess. If they had cut out certain elements, it would have been cleaner, it would have processed quicker, and people would have been, oh, I know what's going on. This is cool. But there was just so much just bombarding the audience.
I think
that's why I don't want all three of them in there, because we haven't seen Black Adam yet. We haven't seen how Superman interacts with Shazam yet. Okay? And not to mention the fact that we don't know what the current state of the DC universe is, because they're changing actors left and right. We don't know how each character actually fits into this whole just. I
can answer that for you after when you're done. Now, because I don't want to cut you off. So finish up and then I'll answer that for you.
So it's just, I don't know how I feel right now. I go into DC movies right now and I just watch them as one-offs. I don't count them as part of the universe because to me the universe has kind of died and I don't really care about it.
Right, and rightfully so. Like I said, you're a guy that has probably that knows all the different ins and outs of characters and stuff like that. Me, you know, if you think of the Flash, I think of the Flash. I just think he's a speedster. He's quick. You know, I'm thinking Green Lantern. He's the guy that has the ring that can summon and fly in space. You know, and do the thing. You know, that's
okay.
what we know. So I'm just. But my point is that with how you feel and how other people could feel, it's glad because this is the part that I'm gonna share with you right now that they have. I don't know if they want to say they made it publicly. But again, the sources that's been relaying certain things, I would like to believe that from DC, and this is that, you know, let me read this question because it flows into what I'm asking because this is a part of it. 1944 Yahoo says, with everyone like Brandon Routh that took place of the Kingdom Come Superman from the Crisis of the Infinite Earths on the CW. Do you think there will be a Kingdom Come Superman series? Okay, so the reason why I asked that question really quickly is to say this. In that event that we saw in the CW, I'm not saying that they had this plan all along. They may have. I don't know. But I want to say if they did plan, the CD is one smart-ass son of a bee. Because they have everybody talking. Now, remember, good publicity is the same as bad publicity. Publicity is good. It don't matter as long as we're talking about it, right? And I'm telling you, everybody talking, they smack on DC, and then everybody's also giving them their props for DC. So they're getting both sides of the coin. With that, I truly believe when they ended that Flash part in that section where they showed my man, oh my God, what's his name, man? Ezra Miller, Flash, with my man that's on the CW Flash, right? Gary something or something like that. I probably said his name wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. When he put him on there, that had changed everything here on out. Whether they want to say it or not want to say it, because they just proved and said it's not going to matter anymore who's where. That means you can have anybody anytime. There's different universes, especially because they introduced the 52 Earths and the 52, the what do you call it, the multiverse. Now that they have that, they can do anything. Meaning, this Batman that's about to come out could be a Batman they may not have any of the Snyder people or anything, the Shazam or the Black Adam. They may never meet Henry. They could have a brand new Superman, or they may have Henry. It's so crazy that DC put themselves. Everybody thinks it's so crazy. It's not good. I'm like, nah. They put themselves in a great position because listen, now you could do whatever the heck you want, and you don't have to sync anything up. You don't have to sync anything up, especially because now the new rumors is for Flash is going to do a Flashpoint to start right off the gate, which I'm excited for that because we get to see right into it. We don't need no origin story, and if they do, they could touch on it for a few seconds if they want. But we get to see that, and we get to see Ezra Miller do his thing, and who knows who they might bring, whether it be from the Snyderverse, because that's what that called from the Man of Steel, Man v Superman. That's the Snyderverse. I think after Shazam, because they still, even though they chopped off his head, Shazam is still part of the Snyder universe because they still talk about. You see what's his name wearing the Aquaman T-shirt. You see him referencing the Wonder Woman from the Snyder universe. They talk about same thing with Aquaman when he makes that reference about Steppenwolf. So there is that part. So I guess I don't know if that works for you, but with them doing that, and there is now these different alternate universes where you can, the multiverse, where you can now do different movies and make them one-offs, or you can make it continued, or you can do one mega team up. Does that make you feel a little better of where DC is going to be going? Whether they did it on purpose, whether they did it on accident, whether it somehow fell in their lap, they didn't even know it was going to happen, but it just fell. What do you think?
I don't think it fixes anything, because here's the problem with that. Sure, they can do everything and just say and chalk it up to that. But unless they actually establish that these movies are happening in a different universe, on a different Earth or whatever, it doesn't matter. Because here's the thing: if I've never watched the CW crossover event, which I didn't, I'm gonna go into this Batman thinking, well, they're replacing Batfleck, so this should be Ben Affleck. This should be Ben Affleck, and it should be tied to this movie. It should be this. Why are they changing it? Are they rebooting it? I have all these questions that aren't getting answered, and that's a problem because they're not setting up. I haven't seen the script, so I don't know, but maybe they will in the movie. But unless they have a shot establishing or something saying this is a different Batman, this is a different thing, it's all tied to the multiverse, I have to treat it as a one-off.
Right. I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm hoping that when they do drop the Flashpoint movie, which I believe is supposed to be 2023, or 2022, 2023, and with that, there's a lot of these single DC movies coming out. I mean, I believe we have Shazam 2 should be out by that time. Aquaman 2 should be out by that time. 1984 should be already out already. Then we have, just said that Black Adam should be out because that's 2022. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we have all these new movies. The Batman's coming out next year, 2021. So we have all these movies that are coming out from DC. And if in the Flashpoint, let's say all these are like one-offs, and you're like, man, I like this character, I like this character, I like this character. I like to see if they do decide to do that, and they use that Flashpoint to explain. Next thing you know,
if they do that, then fine.
I mean, could you imagine if they pulled in out of the blue? They pulled in Grant. I'm gonna find his name. It's driving me crazy. Hold on.
If they do that, that's fine. But until then, all we've got is this jumbled mess of stuff that's just rolling out.
Well, things are not connecting though, which is I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too,
as far as I know.
But the problem is we don't know if it should be or it shouldn't be. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I think the also thing that might be making it frustrating for you is
and it has nothing to do with my expectations because I've read comic
it's not
books.
that. No, it's not that.
I know how to set that aside.
That's not what I meant. You didn't let me finish. I didn't even say nothing. The part where when you said where is it? Man, I hate when I do that, man. Had a good thought and it's gone. No, I'm not saying that you're going off. But whatever I'm saying is because of the comic books that you read. I know it's not about that for this specific point. It's just that I do believe that it may not answer all the questions that maybe you're wanting. I will say I believe that Marvel, I think I found this right. Marvel has a great way of setting things up. I will give that. They give little nuggets for each movie. Little nugget. And I think that's why everybody is saying, oh, Marvel's superior of making these cinematic universe. Whether there were some movies that were better than others, but they knew how to drop the nugget. Where DC doesn't drop really nuggets. They either drop gigantic bombs, multi-bombs that were like, oh, that's just way too much, or they don't drop anything. And I think that's the thing is like, with these one-offs, if you want to call them that, there's no dropping anything. It's just like what you said, if you're watching it, you're in limbo going, okay, this is what this movie is. I'm not sure if I can connect this or not connect this. And I think, if you're able to just enjoy let's say you enjoy the movie, let's say you enjoyed Joker, let's say you enjoyed Birds of Prey, let's say you enjoyed Shazam, you enjoyed Aquaman, whatever, you enjoyed all these one-offs, if you want to call them that. And then when Flashpoint comes in and a couple more years, and they start showing you almost like a flashback characters where you're like, oh crap, that was, oh man, that connects. Whoa, okay, wait a minute. Oh, that connected. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, if I saw that, like, it wouldn't draw me out. That might make you be like pissed off, but like, well, I don't know, maybe, You know,
it shouldn't be after the fact.
Yeah. So I know that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, this is the whole point about people enjoying movies for what they are. Like for me, I would not mind that if in Flashpoint, if they started showing you all these different like all these different, let's say Robert Pattinson showed up and then Ben Affleck showed up too. And you're like, holy crap, what the heck? But they talked about this is the multiverse, and then you can go back and go, wait a minute, oh snap, so that is part of that universe. You know, so to me that doesn't make me go, oh, I effing hate this movie and I don't want to watch it no more.
I don't care if it's that's not really the point I'm trying to make. Is DC hasn't said one way or the other.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they don't say anything until 2023 when the Flash movie comes out and they actually in that movie explain that all these movies that we're watching between now until then are actually can be a shared universe because of Flashpoint and because of whatever happened on the CW show, would that take you out, or would you be like, F you, DC, I don't like what you're doing with it. That's bullcrap. You should have told me from the beginning that this is a shared universe and you should be dropping the little nuggets. Or something.
I'd be F you.
You'd be like, F you? Yeah,
because it shouldn't be after the fact. Because that feels like a ham-fisted attempt to try and connect things. That would be like.
But how do you know that's not their plan? That's my point. That could be their plan. See, everybody thinks, oh, we gotta do the not you, meaning people gotta be like, oh, we need to do the Marvel plan. We gotta do these movies and then do the little nuggets everywhere. No, you don't have to. Look what happened with. I have to bring it up because it's freaking funny. It's like when the Dark Universe came into play, and they're like, look. We the first boys that came out with, hey, we got Dracula, we got Frankenstein, we got the mummy, we got the werewolf. What else is there? The lagoon. What's that one? The lagoon. The creature of the lagoon. I don't know what that creature. The creature in the lagoon. I don't know what it is. Right. So and then they were like they blew their wad. They said, poof. We're gonna do all these movies. It's gonna interconnect. It's gonna be a shared universe. And then look, they did Mummy 1 and it didn't even. Call it a day.
It's Dracula Untold.
Oh,
boom.
Was it Dracula Untold?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. You're something new. See, leave the Andy.
They did that, and then they were like, no, and then they put that under the rug, and then they're like, we're doing it with the Mummy, and then the Mummy bombed, and they're like,
I did not know.
They wanted to start it up with Dracula Untold with Luke Evans.
That's great. I actually didn't mind that movie.
No, I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah, and I like Luke Evans as an actor. That's crazy because and a small fact going back real quick, it's kind of funny because I remember when they did I don't know if it was Superman Return or if it was oh my God, Ryan Reynolds' version of Green Lantern. One of them was supposed to boost at that time the DC universe, right? With Batman. So they did it with the Batman Begins. I don't know if it was. No, I think Batman Begins was 2005. Because it was Batman Begin. Then I believe it was
Dark Knight.
Oh no, before Dark Knight. This was like the first two solo before Dark Knight. It was before the sequel. Because I know they have Superman Returns was like 2006. So it was they were trying to launch these three solos, which was Batman, Superman, and Green Lantern. And then I think after these two,
trying to get the trifecta.
Bye. It did not work. Yeah. What's up, Dave? I see you in there, brother. This is driving me crazy because I keep hitting the wrong words, but I think I got it right here. Survey says, where's he at? Talk to me. I just want to say his name.
Right there.
Grant Gustin is his name. Grant Gustin is the Flash from the CW, and I think he actually does play a really good Flash. So if we ever see him, because like I said, I think that's a great point that you said. Yes, if he'd never seen the CW shows, how the heck is he gonna know if he sees them in the movie? Like the only way that you could cross reference that is if they actually put Grant, and they made a somewhat of a connection, talking about whatever, and that would make him go, okay. That makes sense. But if he's never seen it, you're like, okay. And so I do get that. And by the way, Andy, I want to say everything that you have said to me today, I totally get 100%, and understand your views of it, because that's important. When we're just look, he can love stuff, I can dislike. I can love stuff, he can dislike. It does not mean that we're right or we're wrong. You know what I mean? It's about emotion. That's what these movies and music do to you. It's emotion. Sometimes you'll like it, sometimes you don't. That's why I hate people. Dislike people when they start going off and get mad at the individual. It's like, dude. If you wanted to create something, then let's see what you create. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how good you're gonna do with it, because you got to deal with all these emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, WB, come to me. I'll write you
Yeah,
a good DC.
He's got it. And so to bring back to that question from 1944 Yahoo, would you like to see a Brandon Routh's take of Kingdom Come Superman? And yes, I would. I think me seeing him do his awesome little Christopher Reeves thing. And by the way, if you guys did not know, Brandon Routh was supposed to be the Christopher Reeves version of Superman. That's why Henry Cavill did not get, because he was also in the running to play Superman Return. And so in the CW, when he plays Kingdom Come Superman, he's playing Christopher Reeves. If he was alive today and standing on his own 2 feet, he would actually be in there playing that role. And you get to see the iconic Superman fly that you see at the end of all the Superman movies, which Brandon Routh does in his On His Glory. With that, I would love to see that. I think that's gonna be great if they decide. I hope they do. I know they got the Terry, Mr. I'll just say his last name, Mr. Heglin's Superman and Lois TV show is gonna be coming out here, I think, next year. So that should be pretty cool. And would you be interested to see a Kingdom Come series, not a movie, but a series? I know you don't think you're a fan of the series online or on the CW. So would that be one you would maybe watch?
Some of the CW series I like. I liked Legends of Tomorrow, and I liked Flash.
I'm on it. It's getting a little weird now, though. I will say that.
Arrow was like this. There were some seasons that I was just kind of like, God, please. And the first 3 or 4 were kind of cool, and then he started. Spoilers. He started like running for office and stuff. I was like, oh my god. now we're starting to get weird. I'm done with
that. Was the weird part for you?
No. It's because the way CW writes some of their characters, and they do this in all their shows. They always feel like they have to have an uphill climb for their a protagonist, and it's like none of them have ever figured out how to have a flat arc character in their writings, where a character doesn't need to go constantly overcome some obstacle to become a different person. He just needs to do what is right. Goku from Dragon Ball Z is a flat arc character. He doesn't. There's nothing that makes him better or worse than he ever is. He just rides along what he does. But if something gets in his way of protecting the ones that he loves, he deals with the problem. You don't see any flat out characters in a television show on the CW or anything like that, which is a shame because Dragon Ball Z went for 292 episodes, and
that's it. I'm just teasing with you.
292 animated episodes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Of a guy who beats people up. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But my point is you don't have to have a character who has to break up with his girlfriend every 3 or 4 episodes, and he just does what he needs to do. And that's my point.
Right.
He could just be the Green Arrow and deal with a few problems with his alter ego here and there, and then do Green Arrow stuff.
Granted. And again, your views on that is so valid and so right to you. For me, it's like, I think, because I'm right now on Legends of Tomorrow, and man, I'm on the 3rd season going on, getting ready to start the 4th season. And I just, spoiler alert for some of y'all who haven't watched it, but the Jackson Gray character for Firestorm, man, I was bawling like when they finally split, oh my god, like the way the storyline of that was just so strong, so powerful. Like that's so good. Like I love stuff like that. I love when they actually really do put time, whether it gets crazy or ludicrous sometimes, because there is like 1 minute, we talked about this in the car, 1 minute, oh I love you, next minute I hate you, next minute, and then they get married. It's like I don't get frustrated though, but I look at it as sometimes I'm like, oh come on, really? But I have to admit I love like the Flash and Iris, like that.
That's a good relationship.
Great relationship. Green Arrow's him and Felicity, especially towards these last few seasons, really interesting, and how they really come together because they're both closed off individuals that want to be together, and every time they do, something always jacks it up, and that's just life. And then Legends of Tomorrow, of course, is a lot of lesbians and gays, and there are a couple, one or two, you know, natural, if you want to call them, relationships, if you will, that I kind of like in there. Which one is it that I was starting to care for, and then they killed it right off the bat? Was the one with Brandon Routh and I forgot the girl he was talking to.
You're talking about I forget her character's name, but
I don't know if
the African Queen lady.
Yeah.
I don't think she's from Africa, but she can turn into
animals. No. That's the other. That's the guy that she's dating, Steel Man, or Steel Man, or whatever his name is. The one that turns all like steel. The one I'm talking about, she was playing Hawk Girl.
Oh, yeah.
And then she fell in love with, or she's destined to be with the guy that Hawkman, which comes back. They have a connection in love that will never change. Even if you change time, it doesn't change. It doesn't matter.
Because it's because of an Egyptian.
Yeah. So yeah, but my point is that the characters are good, and to an extent, and I do see what you're saying. There are some times where, dude, it's either lazy writing or it's just way too
soap opera.
Yeah, and I get that. And welcome, it's a TV series, so it's meant to be soap opera. It's kind of like wrestling. Wrestling is so freaking over the top. It's like General Hospital on steroids. And
almost literally.
Yeah, I mean, you get like, you know, it's a 3-hour show. You get 2.5 hours talking and 30 minutes of wrestling. Yeah, and even if it was good story, because remember, WCW, WWE, WWF had those same promos and those same storylines, but at least they were something you could sink your teeth into for that era in time. Now it's just a bunch of, I don't know. It's nonsense. Yeah, it's nonsense. So, yay or nay on the Kingdom Come Superman? What do you think? You want to see it? No.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Brandon, and that's Brandon Routh playing.
I know.
Cool.
Brandon Routh, I wouldn't mind it if it was a show.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Because the Kingdom Come storyline was actually really cool.
Is that the one that's on? Is that the one that's in Kingdom? Is that the one that plays? You ever play Injustice 2?
No. No.
Or 1? Isn't that storyline the same where basically Batman kills his girlfriend or kills Lois?
I know what you're talking about, but no, it's something else. It's similar, but it's something else.
Okay.
Another cool one to see, and it would be kind of fun, would be to see Red Sun.
They have the animated trailer for that. I saw that. I'm weirded out. Now let me ask you this: is that like is this someone that programmed Superman, or is this for an alternate universe where he's from?
Universe.
Where he's
instead of him landing in America, he lands in Russia and works for Stalin.
Yeah, you know what's funny is the CW right now. And listen, ladies, I ain't nothing against y'all. I love this women empowerment. It's just your time now to jump up and do your thing. But I wish I don't know if they're doing it because of the story or if they're just doing it because it's a time of women. Because everything that I've noticed that were men characters, I'm not saying there wasn't a girl version, but they're really pressing the girl versions now because they just actually in one of the crossovers this past year, which I think was for seasons 5 or whatever it was, they actually have almost like a Red Sun, but it's with Supergirl. She actually plays the German, you know, she works with the Nazis, you know what I mean? That's and so I mean, don't get me wrong, and I loved it. I think it was great. But I've noticed that they're doing that, and you know, me, I'm fine with it just because it is. But I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that'll be like, man, why is it always that? Because like right now they're not doing another Hulk movie. They're gonna do a She-Hulk. Like this whole Phase 4 is really geared towards women. I heard that Thor and that whole Thor 4 is gonna be
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
And Jane takes over the mantle.
There's so many different.
Which actually happens.
Yeah, which I'm cool with. You know what I mean? I'm just saying there's other people out there that just don't. That's gonna talk their crap. Oh, this is good for my man Andy because I know he loves talking about Star Wars. Hi guys, fans. Oh, Bang Bang 11. I must have been a bang, for your boy, Mr. Mick Foley. Hi guys, fans of the show. Thank you, sir. My question is, what are your thoughts of Palpatine being a clone, which was now revealed in the newest novelization of The Rise of Skywalker?
Just another idea stolen from the expanded universe. all those haters that say, "Oh, the expanded universe did it better." Well, guess what? Disney trilogy stole that idea too.
See, I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm agreeing with Andy. Whatever you say.
The only difference is that in the expanded universe, it was a young clone of Palpatine, so he was in his prime.
Yeah.
And he came and he jacked stuff up pretty much the same way. So take it for what it is.
Yeah. I think that's great. I wish I was a reader. I just don't have. Even if I had, I can't see if I had time.
You're not missing anything. All the expanded universe books, they're basically just a bunch of.
There's so many.
They're just a bunch of fanfic.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Who writes them? Was it George Lucas that writes them?
No. It's written by authors.
Okay.
No, they're good. But some of them are good. Others are better than others. Of course, that's how it is with anything. But they all have that kind of fan fiction feel.
The question: what's the difference between a novel and a book? Man, because I heard like for example, like you have those novels that are like that they have the brown pages or white pages, it's a little folded book, and then you actually have the books that are just considered books. They're not called novels; they're just called books. I mean, is there a difference between the two? I've always asked this question because actually you can see like if you go to Barnes and Noble, there's one that says books, and then there's one that says novels. So is it like
novels has to do with how many pages it is?
Maybe. Okay, because I will have to say the novels are thicker for sure. But I ask that because in Barnes and Noble there's like a sea of Star Wars novels, and then you have your big you got your big Star Wars books that like this one that almost has like a storyline in itself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's cool. I hope that they do this movie that is rumored to be being made, which is called something about the Exegol, like how Palpatine really cloned himself, or if he apparently like him being all jacked up. Like when someone was saying this, it was like almost like in my mind going, okay. I see where this person was talking about, because when you're sitting there watching the movie, you're like, man, he looks deformed, man, he looks jacked up, man, his fingers are all, when you start looking all, he's on a respirator, or what do you want to call that, aspirators, so like it's not like he just showed him like, ha, I came back from the dead, or I came back and cloned myself. No, he looked jacked up, like he looked like he went through some stuff. So I don't know like how much other people do want to tell the story within a story. So if they do happen to make that extra movie and they explain, or they show the details of how he came up, like it's kind of like what you said. It's like there are some things that should be a mystery, and there should be some things that don't have to always be explained. Your mind should be able to do that.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah, in some degree, right? So so I think that's cool. That means we get more Palpatine later, if Ian don't die. Wowzers at Gmail said, did you see the Zack Snyder tweet where he shows a movie slate of the winner of the Snyder Cut League poster competition, as he said some interesting things on both sides of the item, where it sounds like he could be doing some reshoots to connect or finish the vision of his version of the Justice League. Yes, I did. Did you see that by chance?
No.
All right, let me pop this up, because if you read this, you're going to flip out, because it's pretty crazy. Uh, Zack Snyder's tweet on the prize. Here it is. I'm just gonna hit this guy's thing and then just hold it. Pulling it up right now, guys. It's coming up. Dang it. Okay, so right here it says, this is the first part. First of all, the tweet says, this is off Zack Snyder's actual post. It says, so this is the prize. It's the slate we used every day on the set of Justice League, and on the back there is something more. And inside the actual, this is the front part of the slate, it says scene, something cool with Batman, Superman, Lois, or Martian Manhunter. Take over however many it takes to get it awesome. Date to be announced, and then PF 524. Now, as I go to the flip side, man, Zach be crip. Be crazy. Come on, where's it at? Yeah. Does he not say it? I'm pissed if he doesn't say it in the show. He doesn't show it. Oh, you didn't show it. You didn't show it. He's not gonna show it. He didn't want copywritten. He was like, I'm not gonna get that jacked up. But it wasn't here. Yep. All I gotta do is pull up the. Here we go. We go. I'll find it. Here it goes. All right. This is what's on the back, guys. It's on the back. It says, please extend to the barrier of this slate the right to pass all security protocols and permission to operate this motion picture scene and sync marker on the set of any additional photography for the motion picture known as Zack Snyder's Justice League in the unlikely and purely speculative event that such photography is needed, Zack Snyder. So, I know I could be reading into it a whole lot, which, you know, I love to do. And all I can say is with all the tweets with Jason Momoa, all the tweets from Gal Gadot, the beautifulness of that lady, our Wonder Woman, if you will, Zachary Levi, Ben Affleck, yo man, Batfleck, still posting and saying stuff about Justice League and pushing. And then we get stuff like this. Right now they're making the poster. What this competition is he's asking all the fans to make the Zack Snyder Justice League poster. And I really do think it's cool that he's doing this, because when they do, and I'm saying when, not if, when they do decide to release this thing, he's really making the fans a part of this thing, which I think is really, really awesome. And so with that, you don't just write this, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically saying he's giving this person the opportunity to go on the reshoot or if there's a principal photography shot that needs to be done, to go on set of the new, it's called, no longer called Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and be a part of one of the scenes of starting the scene to start shooting. And so to me, that just makes it sound like that there is something bigger going on. And if WB really wanted to just cut the nail, they would say, hey guys, stop talking about it, because we're going to fine you $1 million. Yeah. You know what I mean? But no, WB is allowing, can you read that, buddy? I'm trying. I don't know if I can scoot that up more. But
it's fine.
Yeah. But I don't see how WB's not allowing that to happen. You know what I mean? I think that yeah, it needs to happen, and I always, whether it be the best movie, whether it be the worst movie, I've always said I want to see what Zach's vision was, and some of those questions that you may have asked yourself that was in Batman v Superman. may get answered in the Zack Snyder's Justice League. There's a lot of, one of the ones, I know one of the things you hated, I really hated, was the scene where the Flash shows up out of the blue and telling Batman whatever. You remember? You're telling me you didn't like that, or that was like you didn't like that a lot, dude. We in Justice League's in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm 99% sure that that's explained in there. Telling you, a lot of the stuff that was in there, actually, this was from many sources. So that's just one person. There's many, and doing videos. You can look it up for yourselves. They only used 10% of Zack Snyder's Justice League. 90% of the movie was shot in that 2 months or a month. That's why we got what we got, and that's why it was the lowest grossing team up superhero movie that should have grossed bigger than Avengers. I'm sorry, should have grossed over $2 billion. $2 billion. It should have. And it didn't, because we got a big old Henry mustache fixie-upper, you know what I mean, and all this other bull crap that was in it. And guys, you talking about a guy that actually I did like the Justice League, and I think you were okay with it, but not, you know what I mean. Just a lot of stuff with that, and you're right, did not match at all of what was going on with the first two movies. It's a completely different movie. You can tell. So yes, I'm excited with this news. Do you think that this could be something that Zack's like, hey guys, I'm hearing you, and I feel like it's on its way. It's just give me some time. What do you think? No. Ha ha! He gonna cut me. He gonna cut it down. Go ahead, talk to me. What do you think?
Well, you cut it off.
Oh, I cut it off. My bad. I didn't know you was the way.
Please extend to the bearer of this slate the right to pass all security protocols and the permission to operate this motion picture scene and sync marker on the set of any additional photography for the motion picture known as. So sounds like he's just wanting to put a scene in there with Martian Manhunter. Adding one scene to a movie that's already kind of jacked up, it's not gonna really fix anything.
But no. What I'm asking you is, I'm not talking about Justice League that we got. I'm talking about Zack Snyder's version.
Well, until I see Zack Snyder's version.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think with this talking about, why would he say, oh, as you said, this could be Martian Manhunter's scene? Why would he put that in what the Justice League we got? That's already signed, said, delivered. The Blu-rays are done. The 4Ks are out.
I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I don't think there is an if we're gonna Justice League. It's a win now. It's a win, because you're not gonna put this out and then be like, oh yeah, it's not happening.
No, I'm not going to put any stock into it until
I don't get a trailer. I understand. My hope is alive, man. I'm hoping and begging, and like I said, this could be the worstest piece of crap on the planet. This could be 4 hours. I heard the runtime was like 2 hours, 219 minutes. That's a 4-hour cut. How long was Blade Runner's final cut, director's cut? Because I heard
finals. The final cut.
Which one is that? It's like a long version. I haven't watched it yet.
It's called The Final Cut, and
because I heard that was long as heck, but I heard that's the best one.
That is the.
I heard that's the best one. Yeah, and by the way, I've also heard that Lord of the Rings, they're all like 3.5 hours long or 4 hours long. They got like part 1 on one disc and part 2 on the other.
It's true.
So they got 4-hour cuts, man. Give it to me, y'all. Give it to me, that 4 hour Justice League. I'll eat that up, boy. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Moving on to the next question. Well, at least
I believe it's like 2-something hours. It's not like super long.
Okay, I got you.
It's long. It's a movie that has a tendency for some people though to kind of drag because it's a slower paced movie. It's not like super action. Harrison Ford isn't doing like flips and kicking the crap out of people like John Wick style. It's a noir film.
Right.
So it's very detective, really kind of get in your mind kind of.
Right. And just to go back on Batman, would you like to see that in this new Batman series? Would that be one of your saving graces? If you see, because we really never seen that detective Batman, even only I would say. Saw
it in any.
Well, Michael Keaton, a little bit. Just Yeah, okay, see? So if my man Robert Pattinson can nail that, I think it'd be awesome. All right, here we go. Ain't Too Proud to Beg at Yahoo says, who would you like to see at WrestleMania 36? Anybody you like to see at WrestleMania 36?
I don't even know who the roster is. So.
Well, forget the roster. Just pick who would you want.
Who do I want in there?
If there was anybody you want.
I want
Even
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, I like that.
Versus Roddy Piper versus Cactus Jack
Dang.
in a Hell in a Cell match.
Nah, Hell in a Cell Kane match. Because all the guys you did to go see.
You said I could pick them even if they're dead, so I get to pick them in the prime of their life.
That's perfect, yeah. I'm down. No, that sounds good. Man. He ain't watching. He don't watch it as much as I do anymore, and I don't even watch that much either. I only watch for a couple people. I wouldn't mind seeing. I just saw the. It'd be cool if Hogan is a guest referee, because I heard it's Goldberg versus the Fiend, and I wouldn't mind, which is Bray Wyatt's character, and not really creepy character. So I wouldn't mind seeing Hulk Hogan be like a guest referee, not wrestling, but coming in there and doing the 1, 2, 3. If his back to allow him to bend down and do the 1, 2, 3, because he has a lot of. He's like 12 back surgeries. It's crazy. So yeah, I hope to see that, because they had a little confrontation on screen this past couple of weeks on SmackDown or Raw, something like that. So it's pretty cool. Flying around at Yahoo said, with Fast 9 coming out in a few months, will you guys be doing a Fast and Furious saga commentary? We'll look at each other. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3. Yes. No. I thought you were gonna say no.
I'm not gonna say anything. I've only seen the first Fast all the way through, and I liked it. And then I saw Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah.
And a couple of the other ones, like somebody put them on and kind of just in and out.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan like him.
Yeah.
He can probably tell you the whole series by heart, just one all the way through.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
I don't really care. It's not my
if you could just disbelieve things, especially after four.
They're totally popcorn movies. You just like brain off.
Turn off. But I'll put it this way. I'll drug him and we'll watch it. So because I think, when does it come out? May 22nd, and we right now in March, and there's 8 movies with two of the two. So there's 8, and then there's two of those what's called setup movies. They're only they're like 10 minutes. They're like little setups things. But they're really pinnacle to the movie. Well, not pinnacle. The first one, no. Second one, yes.
It's gonna turn my brain into cottage cheese.
Yeah, but he might walk out of this being a big fan, though. He gonna be like, "Let's go 9, let's go into space." So it's a possibility. And guys, Rise of Skywalker is coming digital in like 2 weeks. So we're gonna hit that up.
Mine's already pre-ordered.
Okay.
I got hard.
Well, listen.
And I get the lithograph that's coming with it. That's the first collectible pre-order thing that I've gotten in a long time.
I'm saving up, man. I'm gonna go get that 250. You already know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get that.
I saw that box on there.
I'm gonna get that damn book, boy.
I saw that at there, but I was like,
the artwork in there.
I've already got them all.
I know, me too.
And I hate rebuying things.
Me too.
I already have.
Me too, but
I grew out of that. When I was a teenager, when I was in the Navy, and I had money just basically falling from the trees, and I didn't have anything to spend it on, I would do that.
The other thing that I would love to do is one of these days when they finally listen to me and they do a Death Star, that's the one I'll buy. Another one I'll buy with all the movies. But yes, so we'll look for that coming out soon. The next couple of weeks we might shoot. We might do it.
I'm gonna put a sticker on my saga box that says, because it says the complete saga and it's got 1 through 6, and then underneath it I'm gonna put a sticker that says "Psych, Disney said just kidding."
I like that. You gotta bring that when you get it. When you do that, you gotta bring it here. We gotta bring it here. There you go. Take me out to the party at MSN says, "Hello there. Love what you guys are doing with the show. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much. Take me out to the ball. Take me out to the party." So with Disney doing all these live remakes with Mulan on the horizon and Bambi being in talks to be the next online series, Bambi being in talks to be the next one in line. There it goes. Which old school Disney movie would you like to see made into a live action photorealistic movie?
The Black Cauldron.
The who?
The Black Cauldron.
I don't know.
That's a good Disney movie. You got Disney Plus, look it up and watch it.
Text it to me. I can't remember the title.
The Black Cauldron.
All right. We're gonna have to check
That
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 out.
would be awesome as a live action movie.
Yeah.
It would be very cool.
Okay, well I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. And I'm probably one of the only people in the world who doesn't like Bambi.
Is because of Bambi dying?
No, I could care less if Bambi dies.
That's tough.
It's just I never liked Bambi. It's just like
I actually wouldn't mind seeing Bambi in live photorealistic because he has some cool characters. You got the Thumper, the rabbit. I forgot the skunk's name. I think it's Flower. I just never. I don't know. I could have swore it's just like the movie should be 5 seconds long. You know, Bambi goes out, fawn, and then mom I think goes after Bambi, and then Hunter sees mom, shoots mom, and then that's it. Like movie done.
it's a National Geographic documentary, but instead of like actual that's what a photorealistic one's gonna look like.
Yeah.
Because it's like the cartoon one, you had animals that were they had human traits.
Yes, you could see it. I mean,
they talk and they interact with each other like people, but you had like this documentary feel to it because it's like this is a day in their lives. This is what they do. They walk down the street. They eat this.
Yeah.
They mate because that's what they do in the end. And Bambi's mother was killed by a hunter. It's a tragedy. PETA and all this other weird stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like it because it's like I can turn on Nat Geo and watch a documentary on deer and get the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not Bambi. It's not a character that you know. It's just a deer that you see. Okay, but so guys like myself that care, dang it. But I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I don't know the story of Bambi really, other than just what I just said. So if they make it, it's probably going to be the same thing that's going on with that happened with Lion King. I actually really enjoy. Actually, I just watched it again last night, and I have to admit, I enjoy. Not that I think it's better than the original. But I will say I enjoy it a lot, and it's tied. I don't know which one I like better. The only reason why, if I was to say that I like it better, the original, only because you can see the expression, and because it's animation, they had that colorful way of doing it. With the photorealistic way, you can't do that, but you can still see. Like when someone says you couldn't feel Simba's sadness when his dad died. I said, bull crap. Yes, you can. You can see his eyes twittering. You can see the watery. You can see his regular smile kind of droop a little bit. You can tell. It's just not as big as you would see in the animation. So I see that. Yeah. So for me, I want to say I would love to see. I know y'all it's supposed to be already be made. I don't know where it's at. But wouldn't mind seeing Little Mermaid. The reason why I said it because what they did in Aquaman, oh Jesus! If they did that with Little Mermaid, that'd be kind of cool.
Little Mermaid would be neat.
I think that'd be cool, especially with the effects, what they got going on. See, to me, I think with these live actions, I think what they're trying to prove, and I don't think I got to prove anything, but what I like about it is they're really showing the technology of what animation is. That's amazing to me. Like it's just amazing. Like the hard work that, let's say you're working on that, your work showcasing that is amazing. Like that's not easy, man. To sit there for hours and to make something look real when it's not. It's fake. That's hard, man. So yours is none. Oh no, you said one.
Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron. I gotta find that out. Is it like a superhero?
Nope.
No.
It's fantasy.
Oh Lord. All right.
Like Lord of the Rings fantasy.
Oh, see, I knew you'd go into this like that. All right. Kicking you in the face at Yahoo. I like your name. All right. Hello there. Oh no, that's the one. Sorry. Who are you? Who are your on-screen favorite martial artists, action hero, or villains? So I think it's really asking like, if you have a martial artist you like, do you you can name them whether they were action heroes, if they were a villain, or if they were.
I have two.
Okay, go ahead.
My hero is Bruce Lee.
There you go. Okay.
Second is he typically plays a bad guy, but it's Bolo Young.
Mr. Bolo.
And he in his day he was awesome. He is the guy who played Chong Li in Bloodsport.
Chong Li.
The big dude who wanted to
Yeah.
break Ray Jackson and cheated against Jean Claude. I like that guy. I like both. And he also fought Bruce Lee in is it Enter the Dragon?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Enter the Dragon.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
And he's been in a bunch of martial arts. He was actually a Chinese bodybuilder. And that's why he has his physique.
Close.
Is he Korean?
Close. He's I believe he has some Filipino blood in him.
Is it Filipino?
I
I knew he wasn't Japanese, but he's somewhere in that Asian region.
Well, let's
take a look at it.
double check. Let's just double check because I want to say I've heard.
He might even be Vietnamese.
Yeah, he could be.
Bolo Young. Hong Kong. It's Chinese. Yeah, see, I was right.
But he could be mixed because I heard a lot of stuff saying he's part Filipino too. But either way, we'll just say he is there at China. They're right there for you. Yeah. So for me, that's a good pick, man. That's a great pick. For me, I want to say, there's different people, man. There's, I think as a martial artist, there's fighters, there's martial artists, and then there's action like movie fighting. Okay, 3 different categories. I think for me, yes, I like Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was, when I first started martial arts, I saw Bloodsport and lost my dang mind and really got into martial arts because of that. And so for me, there's that entity. But then there's, then you got guys like a Jet Li or Donnie Yen or a Scott Adkins, on that caliber. Then you got, if you want to talk about realistic, you got your, who we got in there? Like Benny the Jet, he was a real fighter. There's a few guys, again, there's tournament fighting, and then there's actual in the ring for a championship belt fighting, right? And so some of these guys, that have won the belts, those guys are considered fighters. You know what I mean? That crossed over to movies. If you got guys that were just learning the art and did tournament fighting, which is kind of like what I do, then that's how I transition. So I would never say I'm a fighter in that way. Now, can I become a world champion or state champion, district champion in my art? Yes, you know what I mean. But I would never claim that I'm some world champion in the fight world. Totally different. So I just named my 4 right there. There's way more that I like, but I'll stick with those 4. I like me Scott Adkins, Jet Li.
Wow, I had Jackie Chan in mind.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan. Like I said, I throw Van Damme in there as well, just because he literally got me. Him and Bruce Lee. I throw Bruce Lee in there too, because I watched a lot of Bruce Lee when I was younger, for sure. Number 9, great question by the way. Number 9, Mama said 90. With Tom Cruise, Eddie Murphy, and Sylvester Stallone doing some amazing things with their properties that brought them to the promised land, are you looking forward to the sequels that they're coming out with? Tom Cruise, MI7 and 8. Eddie Murphy's Coming to America 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 4 and 5 that are supposed to be streaming on Netflix. Sylvester Stallone, Rambo 6, Rocky 7, Expendables 4, and Creed 3. Which one of these are you looking forward to watching?
Creed 3.
There you go. Let's go to my man Tom Cruise. What about MI7, MI8? You into those?
I've actually liked almost all of the MIs.
Okay.
I wasn't too big on MI2.
Okay. Because
it took a radical swing in the tone of the type of movie it was. Because MI1, you had a great spy espionage movie, and then MI2, John Woo took the helm, and it turned into doves and explosions and just all kinds of crazy action.
You gotta like that first part though, right? You like the first part though, where him hanging off the rock.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, but the point is
Yeah.
it wasn't really a spy espionage movie at that point. It was just Tom Cruise blowing bad guys up. It was like and that's fine. But it didn't really fit in the MI category. And then MI3 swung back to spies and espionage, and then that was really cool. And then all of them have kind of, after that, have kind of ridden this line in between. They're part action, but then there's still spy espionage stuff in them. So I've kind of liked them so far. So number 6 and 7, right? That's
6 and 7. No, 7 and 8 because we already
7
said
and
6.
And I've got them all. So 7 and 8. I could if they turn out fine, but they're not ones that I'm like, ooh, I gotta see them.
Yeah, it's like James Bond with some steroids.
A little bit.
Then there's Eddie Murphy's Coming to America 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 4 and 5, which they're going to put on Netflix, not in theaters.
That's a tough one.
And that's not a series. That's going to be an actual movie.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Because those franchises are so old that
Oldest but goodies.
they are. Beverly Hills Cop in particular is actually very fun. But that being said, Eddie Murphy is kind of crawling up there. It might be hard for him to get back up into the saddle, get into that space he needs to be in to make those what they need to be.
Always moving, always moving.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you, man.
Because he's been away from it for so long, especially those two franchises, it might be a little difficult to put those where they need to be. So again, they're ones that I'm kind of like, maybe I'll watch it. If not, okay, not.
Yep. And Sly, he said he wasn't going to do either of these because he said Rambo 5 was done, but we're going to do, and I heard Rambo 5. I said, I watched it. It's off the chain. I haven't heard anything bad about it. So Rambo 6 is in process. Rocky 7, he's supposed to play he's helping some fighter out in the known regions of wherever. So Rocky's not playing Rocky. No, I wish, right? That's Creed 3. Expendables 4 is still happening, and Creed 3.
Okay, so Rambo 6. I haven't seen Rambo 5. I hear it's pretty good because it goes kind of back to the roots of like it's not even called Rambo. It's not even called Rambo. It's called First Blood.
First Blood.
It goes kind of back to that and I like that one a lot because it deals more with PTSD. It has more of a story to it rather than just Rambo 2 and Rambo 3 where it's just like Sly just blowing dudes up.
Oh yeah, ain't no joke. Ain't no joke. He ain't no lie there for sure.
It's just like, here's Rambo. Those are bad guys. Here's a gun. And that's all it is. Whereas First Blood is all about, what are the effects of war on this dude's mind? What does it do, and why is it doing it to him, and what happens when it's excellent.
Yeah.
And I hear that Last Blood, number 5, kind of goes back to that. So I'm interested to see number 5. Number 4 kind of goes to that, but it's also in that one is super gory.
I love it. That was awesome.
Super gory.
That was awesome.
But it also kind of touches on that too, because he doesn't live in the States anymore. He's like, I'm done with everything. I just do whatever I want to do. I just want people to leave me alone. So it kind of touches on that too. So it's not bad, but so I still have to see number 5 before I can make a judgment call on 6. Rocky 7. Oh, the Rocky series.
Yeah, but just sign me up, man. I don't care if it goes to 10, 12. This is my set franchise.
I loved Rocky 1, 2, and 3. I loved parts of Rocky 4.
Oh, God. That hurt.
You know what killed me in Rocky 4?
Oh, no. Which one was it? What he
The
says?
robot.
Oh.
The robot killed me. Because it's so...
Thank you, Polly.
It's so stupid. I'm like...
Happy birthday, Polly. Happy birthday, Polly.
It's so ridiculous. But
it was the 80s and 90s.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter.
What you think.
Take that robot, roll it up into a tight little ball, and stick it straight up your
candy
ass.
Yeah, I love it, baby. Let's go.
Anyway,
Yes.
I loved Ivan Drago, though.
Oh.
Dolph Lundgren did excellent as Ivan Drago. That's what kind of saved number 4 for me.
There you go.
Because when I first watched number 4 and the robot came on screen, I was like, this is stupid. This is ridiculous.
Right.
And then you see Creed fight Ivan Drago, and Drago just punishes Creed, literally.
Yeah.
And then Rocky's like, I gotta avenge Creed, and that's where the movie kind of made up for it. So that was good. 5 is or it's just called Rocky Balboa, or is it?
No, Rocky 5 is, but that's the one they said they killed the franchise. Yeah, Rocky 5 is the one they said they killed the franchise. I understand it's the weakest out of all the 5, but it's still good to me. But you probably didn't like 5. So then, then that's Rocky.
Probably why I don't remember much of it.
And then, that's the one that had the street fight. Tommy Gunn.
that one was.
And like I said, it's just different. Like
it's different, but it just.
I think
they were just trying to push an idea too far.
Tell you something different, and it didn't work at the time for a lot of people. And then Rocky Balboa was 6.
And that one actually wasn't too bad because it touched on Rocky's home life and how what he did in the past kind of interfered with what he's doing and all that stuff, and I kind of liked that. So Rocky number 7 could be good. Again, it's one of those titles where it's like, I'll see it maybe. But Creed, I have loved Creed.
There you go.
Creed 1 and 2 are both phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I love them both.
Yeah.
So Creed 3, I would definitely see.
And Expendables 4, you think?
Quite honest, I haven't seen Expendables.
He whispered. Let me tell you what he said in my ear. He didn't see it in Expendables. But maybe we're gonna do that franchise for y'all because that's actually worth watching. I like it, especially because my favorites number 2 were Van Damme fights Stallone, and man, that boy. No,
he doesn't do it. He doesn't use a Universal Soldier rematch.
If you want that, just watch 1 through 4 Universal Soldier. There's plenty of rematches in 3 and 4. Trust me, there's a really good fight scene in there.
The first one.
We have to. No, they're in Regeneration. No. In Regeneration, I've never seen Van Damme fight like this before. I have to admit, if you like Van Damme, you want to see him do martial arts in his newest movies, Regeneration. Oh my God, dude! He fights not only I think it's the Pitbull Levinsky or something like that. I know his nickname is Pitbull. Andre. He fights him, and he also fights Dolph. And when I say fight, they fight at the top, and they go down levels as they fight. They going through every wall, trash can. It's crazy, man. Okay. So we might have to do one of those movies just for fun. For me, it'll be quick. MIs, yes, I'll watch them. Coming to America 2, I'm excited for that one.
I'll sum it up. Yes, and yes, and yes.
Oh, damn, you took all the fun out of it. But hold up now. Let me get my... Belly Cop 4 and 5, I want to see them put in theaters, man. Don't put that on Netflix, man. Why? I mean, I understand. It's much easier to get things online and you get your money faster. I get it. But I think he has a resurgence coming up. And I think if he can nail these 2 or 3 movies, I think it's going to do amazing. And then Rambo. I hope they don't. Stay on the same boat. I want to see Rambo 5. I'm waiting for the box set, guys. Waiting for the box set so I can. I have the steel case booklet right now, but I want to watch because I don't have I have it all on digital, but I don't have the hard copies. You know how I feel about my hard copies. Gotta have that. Rambo 7. I hope they. So yes to Rambo 6. Rambo 7. I hope they don't call it Rambo 7. Rocky 7. I hope they don't call it Rocky 7. I hope they call it Rocky something because this is probably taking place after Creed 2, and then he does whatever. Because the last thing you see, spoiler, he's with his son now. He visited his son. So I hope they don't call it, whether if it's Creed 3 and then Rocky 7, it should be Rocky with the title, not like Rocky 7.
Rocky Generation.
Yeah,
he teaches his son.
Let's go. I put that. Listen, my script that I wrote for Rocky 7 or Creed 3, check this out. Here, this is for y'all. I have it where Rocky's son comes back into his life, and he says, hey, his wife's divorced, he has a kid, and so he comes in. He has nothing. He's like son. He's like Dad. I want to be. I still old enough that I could do this, and I'm still young enough I can still do this too as well. He's like, I want to know how to fight. Can you teach me? And then Creed is now on his own, but he still has Rocky as his corner and still helps us with that. So I have it to where basically Rocky chooses his son over Creed, and that makes a big issue between Rocky and him. He's like, wait a minute, that's my kid, or that's no, that you've been my dad figure for this long time, and now you're gonna mess. And if, you know what I'm saying, it's a nice lovers family quarrel.
Creed justified his son.
Yeah, well, kinda like it's almost like a rock. It's almost like a Rocky 3 part where there's a part where Rocky does die, and they end up basically training. They have to train separately, or they fight. Remember when Rocky fought Clubber Lang first, and he lost his Mick.
Yeah.
And it all went bad. That's kind of what happens to both of them, where they both lose Rocky, and they're both boom. And so Apollo, watch this. No, Paul, sorry. Creed does what his dad does because he knows what his dad did for Rocky. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it the same thing what my dad did for you. I'm gonna give you a title match. It's again an unknown title match. It almost brings it full circle. I'll give you a title match unknown. You get to go against me for an exhibition fight match. And there you go, man. There's another, it's like a new Creed versus Rocky generation for us, not for us, but for the newer guys. And for us all guys, we're like, oh snap, we get to see the sons go at it but he's doing what his dad did. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then of course you have the other dude's a son that was in Duke's son. He'll be training because he's already on his side. Yeah. So yeah, man, call me up, Sly. Stop playing. I'll hook you up, man. We make millions together. Oh my goodness. So yes to all the above.
You'll put the idea on the paper. I'll put the paper in script format.
Yes.
You put it in your loving hands. You give us a cut.
I like how he said that because that's the true statement, man. I like that. And then of course Expendables 4. Yes, just give me Hogan in there. And yeah, we need who got to see in Expendables 4 action hero style we have not seen yet. Man, who would you like to see?
Well, he's dead.
Hogan's not dead?
No, the person I want in there.
Who?
Hot Rod Roddy Piper.
They CGI him like do everybody else. You fine? They did Tarkin that well.
Because he was awesome and They Live, man. That movie was awesome.
Hey, they if they can do Tarkin, maybe we can do Rowdy. I
was rowdy before Rowdy was cool.
Yeah. Who else in there, man? Who else with action style wise about to see it now? Old school that we have not seen yet. I'm looking above who we got. I wouldn't mind seeing Donnie Yen in there. That'd be cool. Donnie Yen would be cool. Oh man. Who else?
Mel Gibson's been in there.
Yeah,
Has Danny Glover been in there?
We need Denzel. Give me some Denzel. Denzel need to go in there. Heck yeah, Danny Glover need to be in there.
Sergeant Murtaugh.
Yeah.
Too old for this shit.
Yeah. I can see him saying that line to me when they Expendables. I'm getting too old for this shit. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good call. Who else, man? Come on. I know Will Smith. I wouldn't mind seeing some Will Smith in there and some Martin Lawrence. That would be cool. Oh, could you imagine Bad Boys team up in there? Oh, Jesus. They in Miami and they call them up. We got a call. It's Expendable. Who else we got there? Who else can we do that that's old school like that? It's in the 90s. Oh, man. That the action star. What am I see? Again, if he'd be Tom Cruise for sure. Oh, you got to throw Tom in there, yeah, because he, if you're thinking that status, Harrison Ford was already in there, right? I was thinking Harrison, but Harrison was already in 3. Vin Diesel, hey, go ahead, man. Let's throw Vin in there. Shoot, The Rock, gotta have Dwayne The Rock in there too.
He hasn't been in there yet.
No.
Yeah, he's got to.
See, I just gave you a whole lineup, man. Get that going. And guess what? The fight between The Rock and Vin, you get the real fight there. That's gonna be the deal.
they got to meet. Their chemistry will be real.
I will say this though, you don't know, and I'll tell you this right now because Van Damme just said it online again on a show, and it was recent. He said for Universal Soldier, they didn't have anything besides the trailer, and they didn't have no publicity, nothing. So Van Damme went to Dolph and said, "Hey, when we go to this press conference, let's rub shoulders." And till this day, people still think that they have true beef, And they don't. He literally just said it. It is a publicity stunt we did, and obviously work because y'all be talking about it still. And Dolph said the same thing. It's like, nah, me and Van Dam, we homies, man. We good friends. And like all this, they talking this hype that was 20-something years ago. So we don't know, man. We don't know. Wild Wonder 7 Gmail says, which movie would you like to see get a sequel or trilogy for an older or new movie? What you talking about?
We answered something like that before.
That's okay.
haven't we?
Yeah, something small, but I'm gonna make it real quick and easy. I want to see Short Circuit 3. I just watched 2 the other day, and I'm like, you know what?
Oh man, I haven't watched that in a long
They need to
time.
make that movie and call it a day. And I also said they should have did a. I like to see him or that character, like in a Mortal Kombat game or something, or some kind of, you know how they have these characters, these weird characters that could show up somewhere, like because he's like a, especially 2, he does a lot of cool different stuff, like he.
Well, in the first one, he was designed as a water robot.
Yeah, and
he shoots a laser.
Yeah, and but now he kind of put some new stuff on it. He's got some new upgrades.
Utility box.
Yeah. So which one for you? My Short Circuit 3.
Oh man. I don't know. I pass for right now.
Pass for now. Well, you really like the next one because this is going to be the same line. That's why I hate shrimp at Yahoo. Shrimp is good. What 80s or 90s classic hit TV show would you like to return or made into a movie? I have 2. You can think about yours. Knight Rider and Airwolf. Stop playing.
They already tried to do Knight Rider.
I said movie, damn it. Not.
The pilot was aired as a movie.
I know it's the Night 3000. I know. No. Yeah, that's because they didn't have.
Because they didn't have a Trans Am. They had a Mustang.
No, not that one. No, that was the series. That was a series. The full-length movie had actual David Hasselhoff, and they were trying to.
That was when.
And they had the Chevy.
Night 2010 or whatever.
Yeah. But we ain't talking about that. Well, I want a real black, Trans Am, Dodge. Don't matter much. It doesn't matter, man. Just give me a damn script and just an Airwolf, man. Give me some Airwolf flying around doing this thing and missions and Mr. Moffat, whatever his name is. Jimmy Buffett, the creator of Airwolf, get their hand. What about you? What do you think?
You know what I think could be kind of cool is a Cheers movie.
Hey, bring back old ass Harrison Ford and stop playing and bring the whole cast back. That'd be cool.
You mean,
not Harrison Ford, my
Ted
man.
Danson.
No, well, hold up. Why am I not saying his name right? Woody Harrelson. My bad. That's who I meant to say, not Harrison Ford. Yeah. Woody Harrelson. Yeah,
I think we could have a nice little kind of rom-com movie based on Cheers.
Yep.
I think that could be.
But you know what they're gonna do? They'll do a reboot. What they'll do is get all the young cast, and then they'll make.
That's okay.
No, hold this. It gets better, and they'll have the which I have nothing against y'all when I say this, but they'll have the gay and the lesbian and the transgenders, and they'll mix that in there as well. And so you want to see Ted Danson's character make out with Mailman Malone?
That would never happen because
I'm just saying,
that totally destroys the whole premise behind his character. He's a womanizer.
But he's gonna be a manerizer.
No.
We talking about today's standards, my guy.
Don't shoot my dream.
You shot mine earlier. You already know that's what's gonna happen. Ted Danson's character will be gay. You already know, or he won't be a woman. And then he's gonna want. Like I said, I love all y'all out there. I don't act like I'm being mean to y'all. I'm saying
Mayday Sam Malone.
Man.
That's what he was called. He was a relief pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna relieve his pitches for sure. That.
Shut up.
Anyways, here we go. Moving on.
Shut up.
Moving on. To Show for Life. Show for Life. I guess that was the NW remark. Which big megastar will show up at WrestleMania 36? Who would you like to see? Big megastar today. What you want? To get you to watch and tune in for the network for $9.99, or watch it for free. Still plugging you in, Vince. Just give me my money.
Big megastar, huh?
I only have one, boy. That's it. And I'm sure it's your one, too. You want to do it kind of 3? Wait, 3? We'll see if we're on the same page. 3,
I don't have
2.
one, so.
Oh, you don't have one?
No.
Really?
Really?
Really? Candy asses, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, fine.
Ready? Want to see? Go. If you smell what the rock is cooking. I didn't know he was going to see the tongue out. I would have done it longer than that. My bad. We'll I'm sure that would be the only rock we'll ever do, but we'll do that again and we'll get that on sync. But yeah. So yeah, for me, the Rock would be awesome and it would be good. Even if who cares about wrestling, just show up. It's funny. I like when he makes fun of people. That's it. It's freaking great.
He was one of the better promo cutters that they ever had.
Because it was natural. It was he didn't go off any script. They said, "This is what you want me to do." Here's the script. He said, "F the script. I got it. Let's go."
And even though he's kind of a D-hole. CM Punk.
Yeah.
He cut a good promo.
CM Punk was also one of the guys that didn't go off script. It's always the ones, you know what I mean? Always the ones that.
I loved it when he broke the fourth wall against Triple H. And this isn't CM Punk talking to Triple H. This is Phillip Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. That was great. I was like, oh, he called him by his first name.
It still is out. If you can YouTube, just type in The Rock talk smack with Triple H. And if you see it in The Office, then you got the right one because Stephanie McMahon's in there and they're talking about dinner or going to have dinner. But they were setting up WrestleMania 32 for them to fight. And they never got that match signed, sealed, delivered. So there was supposed to be a fight between The Rock and Triple H, and never did it. But they did a promo, and I'm gonna tell you, it's one of the best and funniest promos. Check it out, ever. It's funny. It is so funny, and they break the wall too, and they talk to each other, and they're talking about each other and all that stuff. And I might have to show just so you can watch it with me just before we leave, just because you'll crack up laughing. But yeah, so I think that'll be great.
So going back to the 80s movies,
yes.
Right? Matt asks.
The trilogy one or the 80s, 90s TV show?
The 80s, 90s one that they want either a sequel or a TV show? Is that what it is?
No, okay, so the one was which one would you like to seek in a sequel or trilogy? It could be an older or newer movie. The one with the 80s or 90s classic TV show, would you like to see made into a movie?
The other one. I'm trying to think of something for that. I'm coming up with blank.
Okay. Well, the last one really quickly, guys, is I love Hot Pockets. And Yahoo says,
I do too.
I love them too. What do you like more, chocolate or candy? Chocolate for me.
Neither.
There you go.
Don't have very much of a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I do. I have a C.
My teeth are already jacked up. So.
I'm waiting for my false teeth to arrive. I haven't been to a dentist. Don't be judging me, but I haven't been to a dentist in 25 years, ladies and gentlemen. That is a true story. And I'm telling
you, I love you. They're gonna be like, wow, this is my money maker right here.
This man about to lose all his teeth in one sitting. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And I'm thanking God right now because God is hooking these teeth to still be doing what they're doing. And don't get me wrong, I trust me, I brush them regularly now. But when I was a kid, man, it was yeah. But and I had my feelings and stuff like that. And like I said, maybe I'll go one of these days. You'd have to knock me out to clean my teeth. But I ain't doing because the last time I got my teeth cleaned, dude, they said it was so bloody. It was so because I have very weak gums, and so yeah, I ain't going through that.
You have gum disease. That's what it is.
Probably yeah.
No, I had that too.
Yeah. So what you got for your? Did you get one yet on that?
I have no idea.
Nah, just pick one, man. Who
cares? Who cares? This is an important decision. Man.
Oh yeah, because we got the millions watching at home. I got you, my guy.
You know what I would like to see turn into a sequel or trilogy? A Bug's Life.
Hey, all right. Yeah, it was funny. I almost said Alf, but there you go.
Bug's Life.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that turn into a movie.
No, that's
it's Alf.
Movie. Oh, Alf. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to. Well, I love to see the yes, but I always actually that
Mork and Mindy. That would be a cool. The only problem is there's no Robin Williams. Can't replace
CGI. Tarkin, man, Tarkin. I was gonna say it's Tarkin. One word. All right, so guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. I'm gonna cue that music up for my guy. Yeah. But yeah, don't play this yet. But real quickly, we thank you guys very much. Just know we're always 2:30 on Wednesdays. We're trying to keep that time frame the same. And I'm just double checking, but we want to thank you guys, Dave, Red White, Disclosure, Cholino, Ray D, all the above. Appreciate you guys for being here.
Yes,
and
very much. Thank you.
Hey, just keep
even for listening to our heat over DC movies.
Yeah,
we're on different pages in that universe.
There is no page, man.
No, there's a different page. You see things through a different lens than I do. So.
That is true. I see it in a more clear lens than you do. Yours a little foggy. You even just said you like, man, I can't see what's going on with DC. I can see perfectly fine what's happening with DC. Now, whether it's on accident or whether it's on purpose. And they doing their thing. And real quick, I'm gonna debunk the rumor because I heard it was also a rumor that Feige was supposed to buy DC, like Vince McMahon bought WCW. And I was like, wait a minute. And the only good thing I got out of that was, well, we gonna get, if that's the case, we're gonna get Marvel versus DC. We'll get that movie now if they did that. But debunked it. I heard it was all rumor. Yes, he was chit-chatting about something, but not about buying the company. So I just thought that was funny to just throw out there. But yeah, just keep coming in and hanging out with us. Our job here is just to have fun and chit-chat and make fun of movies or make fun of each other or make fun of y'all out there, whatever. You guys keep asking and bringing your questions in, and we're going to keep doing it. And you guys keep sharing it out so we can keep getting more people in here. And maybe I might do something. We just talked about me having a bigger workload and trying to smash it down. But I'm always trying to make this grow, make this worth my man coming out because he live a whole whopping 25 minutes away. But if y'all haven't been through the Bear Valley traffic until you hit that Bear Valley traffic, because that's a nasty traffic.
When do you want to do that game?
Oh yeah, the game. We gotta do that game, by the way. We're gonna do that game sometime soon. We gotta do that. We gotta pick a day that we can do that because I do love playing games and I know he loves showcasing that.
He's gonna fly an X-wing.
I want to make one float like Luke did in episode.
Fly against two TIE fighters.
Yeah, well, there you go. But I say that because I might do a FIRELINE Live solo once a week outside of Wednesday, just to try to bring more people in. It could be like a late night thing because I'm already up late anyways, and I might as well just start streaming again at night. So I might do one. I don't know what we're doing, if it's going to be the same format. I don't know. Well, it's up in the air, but I want to do something to keep bringing more people in and get people to come and know that we still have stuff on Wednesdays. I still don't think people know that we're here. For example, my martial arts school has been in the same spot for 8 years. And people still don't know that we're at my school at that location. It's pretty wild to me. So
it's kind of back there.
Yeah. So we don't want.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So we don't want this to be that way. We want this to be up front and center so we can get more people in. So guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Hit that music. Let's do the outro, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the drum part? It is a drum part. Yeah. You know how we end it, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much for being here, hanging out with us, and make sure you guys have a great rest of the week. Make sure you guys bring in your questions, do all the greatness things so you give Andy some ideas and to be able to give you some answers, and for myself.
Ask more questions that involve me.
Yeah, involve him, not questions involve. What are you talking about? They watch this show. They only giving the questions what they want to give. So with that, that's an inside joke. I have no idea what we talking about, but we do. That's why we laughing so hard. With that being said, hey, let's get this down. Good God, yo, what it isn't good for? Absolutely nothing. Jackie, we love you. We'll see you soon. God bless. See you next week. Peace.